Welcome to the FFA Leadership Center here in beautiful Trafalgar, Indiana. My name is Casey Michael and I'm the program coordinator for the Madison Scouts. We started talking really very much at the end of August of last year about the program and staffing and objectives and where we were headed. So that started very early. And in those discussions, we talked about what was iconic for the Madison Scouts in terms of the sound, the look, who have they been, who are they going to be. Those kind of discussions were very early. And the uniform came into discussion at that time, and we wanted to make sure we were very much nodding to the identity of our heritage. The choice of the core uniform is something for a long-term objective. We can obviously change a sash, but the base of it is something we're using long-term, and Stanberry really stepped up and helped us out to make this happen. When we were in discussions about the new uniform, some of our thoughts were clean, very tailored, not a lot of bells and whistles, and we wanted the sash back. Picking the right shade of green for the top, picking the right shade of red for the sash, but we want to come around the corner and people to go, there they are. There are the Madison Scouts. That's what we want the whole show to be like. Very familiar yet exciting. It's very much a story show and there's a narrative to it. And we came up with the narrative and then filled the music in based on what Scott Boerma and James thought they would want to play, making sure tempo markings were right, and kind of whittled away at it.
Well, since the show is a take on the famous MGM musicals, the Gene Kelly, the dancing, and Fred Astaire and things like that of the 50s, we looked first at the music of those sources from those movies.
We want you to feel like you're at a movie house and it's the opening credits, fanfaric quality, a little bit of an overture. So Scott has interwoven quite a few themes.
We also have vignettes throughout the opener that tell the story of this dancer, this guy that comes to the big city to make it big. And so the whole idea, the premise is he keeps walking up to certain doors, knocking and trying to get an audition. Well, at each place he stops, there's a different tune playing that he dances to. One of them is a classic tune, Good Morning, blah, blah. I can't remember what musical that came from, but a very well-known popular tune. He doesn't make that audition. He goes to another audition. We're playing Gershwin's I Got Rhythm. That one doesn't go well for him there. Finally goes to the third door and they're playing this NYC tune, which is the tune I was referencing from the musical Annie. It's just got a great melody, memorable melody, and that one goes really well for him. So that kind of becomes the thread of the show. That tune kind of appears here and there throughout the show to kind of tie it all together and wraps it all up in the very end.
The arranging just soars. It's very memorable, and we wanted to pick music that was iconically Madison, but it's nothing they've ever played. So I think hopefully the audience and people who see it will be, what year did they play that? Well, they didn't, but it sounds very them.
It's been a thrilling process to put this all together, and you know, a lot of us have worked together in the past. You know, some of us were each other's teachers, some of us marched together, some of us are getting to know each other for the first time. And I've been away from the Madison Scouts for several years, but I was with them for 20-some years prior to that. And so it's been a thrilling homecoming for me to just be back with the guys. You know, this is my home. This has been a major part of my life, and to share conversations with such incredibly creative people is always really thrilling, and to just bounce ideas off of people that you respect because you've spent time with them in the trenches and you trust each other. And that's just it's a magical happening when all of a sudden, wow, last night we did the first full run through, and that's what we've been doing for 8 months, and it's pretty thrilling.
There's a very contagious spirit here amongst the performers, the staff, the volunteers, everybody. It's been very positive. It's locked in this forest in a vortex of somewhat, but it's a contagious energy. And the Corps has a lot of heart this year, as does the staff, as does the show.